Hey everybody, this is Coach Jackie. Welcome to Heart to Heart. We've been talking about confrontation this week, caring enough to confront. And when you even say the word confrontation, it kind of makes you feel some kind of way, like, right, kind of uptight, like somebody's mad or an attack is coming, something like that. That says to me that we need a shift in our thinking, a mindset change where confrontation is concerned. And we need to understand that confrontation in its best form can be a win-win situation when it's approached with the right attitude. If we can learn to separate the behavior from the person and confront the behavior and not the person, then we can bring this into a win-win situation. If we don't do this, then everyone suffers, right? The individual is robbed of an opportunity to change, to grow, and develop. And if there's an organization involved, then the organization suffers because the individual is no longer behaving in a manner that is going to profit or benefit the organization. And most times when we don't confront, it's because we don't want someone to be angry or resentful towards us, but we will continue to be angry, resentful, bitter, and talk to other people about the individual and not to the individual. That is unhealthy, and it is also unfair, isn't it? So, here are 8 tips from developing the leaders around you from a book written by John Maxwell. And if you'd like a copy of the 8 tips, just shoot me an email at jbarnes.info@gmail.com. It'll be on the screen and on this post, and say, hey, send me the 8 tips for a positive confrontation. Here are the 8 tips. Number 1, confront as soon as possible, because the longer you wait to do something, we all know you're not going to do the law of diminishing intent. You're not going to do it. And another benefit of confronting as soon as possible is you don't have to argue over the details because it'll be fresh in each other's minds. Number 2, separate the person from the wrong action. We talked about that. You want to address the behavior, you want to confront that, but you want to continue to encourage and support the individual. Then number 3, confront only what the person can change. If I ask a person to change something that they're unable to, then that's going to frustrate them, and it is going to strain our relationship. Number 4, give the person the benefit of the doubt. Come from the space of their motives are right and their intents are right, and start there, especially in areas where it's open to interpretation or unclear. Number 5, be specific. The person you're confronting can only address and change what is specifically identified. If you can't identify specifics, then you may be moving on assumptions. Avoid sarcasm. This is so important. Sarcasm says that I am angry with you and not the behavior. So avoid sarcasm. Number 7, avoid words like always and never. When I tell a person to not do a certain behavior, then you're asking them to blindly cling to a set of rules that even in another situation they might need to behave that way. So encourage them to use their head and take the right course of action in any given situation based on right principles. Number 8, tell the person how you feel when what was done wrong, about what was done wrong. If the person's actions have offended you, tell them right then and there. That way you're not going over old ground later in order to vent your emotions. I'm going to leave you with our GIM for this week. I love this, coming out of Mark 10:21 out of the Message Bible, when Jesus confronted the rich young ruler. The Message Bible says Jesus looked him hard in the eye and loved him. And then he said, you lack one thing. So that's your GIM. Look, love, and then say. This has been your Heart to Heart with Coach Jackie. Remember to rest, relate, reflect, and emotion.